morning, friends and family. This is your boy King coming to you again with another video. I just want to start off by saying that, blessings to the peaceful protesters and even blessings to those who are not peaceful. And I understand that, I may get mixed signals for that statement, but we got to understand that our government does not care for our grievances. Our government does not stand for the people. Like, our president literally is bringing in militaries and other powers to quarrel or to detain and destroy the movement instead of, like he said, when the white protesters with guns stormed the Capitol, make a deal with them. Even when you look at these pictures and see that there's a lot of white people standing up for black people in this movement, but you do not under no circumstances see that the title is based on mixed race. It's based on, even though you got white people fighting for us, the fact that it's for us is the problem for them. I try my best to figure these things out sometimes, and I sit around and I look at my own city and I see that, when they pass laws that infringe on your freedoms, it's almost like they're telling you, even when you're grieving about it, to just shut up and be kind when you talk to them, or there will be no resolution. And even if you're kind and talking to them, there still won't be no resolution. You know why? Because you're not paying their pockets. You're not giving them what they want. The problem is we stand here and we've been through this fight before. We've been through it with Malcolm X. We've been through it with Martin Luther King. We've been through it with Marcus Garvey. I'm trying to understand why. Why is it in the interest of white racism that blacks or people of color or whatever you want to call us have to be the enemy? Just like in Rome, just like in the Persians, everybody had to have an enemy. And what's going to be the next enemy? Life? I try to figure these things out. People like us, we sit around and we talk about these things in our homes, and we don't really get the feedback we want because the people in our homes actually either agree with us or have no clue. We've watched people get shot down in these streets, attacked with their backs turned, hands up, knees to the neck, shot while asleep in the car. It doesn't make sense. If you're that scared of black people, then you should not be a police officer, because black people are not actually bad. If you pay attention, look at history. We've been genocided on for centuries, and we still have not retaliated. We constantly get our faces slapped and our hands beat and our backs punched off and our faces kicked in, and we constantly get hospitalized, killed, or mischaracterized or accused falsely, and it's always a oops. This is the only job, as a police officer, it's the only job that you can say oops and somebody can lose their life. And it's just another day in the neighborhood. And the first thing the police sympathizers do say is, well, he shouldn't have resisted. Or if he'd have just did this, or if he'd have just did that, he would have been alive. What about the cops' actions? If the cop would have been more reasonable, if the cop would have been more understanding, if the cop would have been less hateful, that person would have been alive. I try my best to look at both sides, and I always end up in the same place. Anytime you stand up for something that hurts you, you are the problem as well. And I know people don't like the word coon or things like that, but we don't like the N-word or things like that neither. So when you look at your own kind, and this goes for some of these politicians, when you look at your own kind, white or black, and you decide that they are beneath you, this is the results. Anytime you sit there and you allow people to hurt others, allow them to get paid vacations, allow them to get paid leaves, and allow them to investigate themselves. The police department is the only place in this world, and that goes for any police department, law enforcement agency, is that they can commit heinous crimes on camera, witnessed by the world. The world is the witness, and they can still get off. We are in a country where as soon as you kill an innocent person in this country, they will find anything that person done to slander their name, to make it seem as if it's okay that they are dead. My people, we must do better, but we do have to show them how we feel. I'm not going to talk negative about the riots. You know why? Because people always destroy the tyranny that they endure. And some of these businesses, I understand, are probably not in the category of tyranny, but you got to think about what these major businesses, which I don't care about, are doing. They are funding this chaos. They are giving Trump money towards his campaign already. They are literally telling you that no matter what you're talking about, no matter how hard you're screaming, no matter how hard, I believe that Trump can go into the citizens right now and start an all-out war with his own country, and these stores and these big rich punks, fools and cowards would literally still back him. That's the crazy part in this world that we live in. That corruption is paid for and is encouraged. How do we come above that? How do we talk about that? How do we understand that? If we can't first come to you with our grievance without you wanting to punch us in the mouth, sick your dogs on us. We are human, but you fail to realize that. So when they scream Black Lives Matter, you look at us like all lives matter. Yeah, well, you should have said that when you was killing the very lives you claim mattered. And people say, well, what about black on black crime? You're right. What about it? You're right. But as a black people, just as white people, we cannot be super vigilant against individuals who we know or who we do not know may commit a crime. That can't be our fault. That is the individual's fault. Yeah, it's black on black crime, but there's white on white crime. There's Chinese on Chinese crime. There's Arab on Arab crime. You think people in Jerusalem don't kill each other? You think people in Israel don't kill each other? Israel right now is in the name of God. They right now is destroying countries and killing people in the name of God. So when you sit here and you say black on black, yes, what about it? Yes, some people, the motherfuckers who out here that's killing people, yes, they go to jail. Yes, they go to jail. We don't cheer for them. Yeah, you might got a couple idiots that say free this person or free that person after they didn't killed a whole bunch of people or killed somebody. Yeah, but the majority of the black community don't say that shit. We say, well, good. He shouldn't have did it. Why are you killing each other? The majority of the black community do not condone killing each other, but it seems like white America or the racist part of white America wants to continue to believe that we're just cheering on crime. We're just enjoying crime. And that's not true. I just feel like this. We can do better things when all of this is calmed down. But we first have to have a president and a government that actually cares about his people. Don't gas your people after you just went and tried to go after Iran for so-called gassing their people, which probably was a lie. You wanted to go and judge every country and be the law enforcement of every country, but you are reckless to your own people. And knowingly reckless, you're on camera beating up cameramen for no reason. Waiting until protesters turn their back when they're being interviewed by the news and y'all attack them. Clearly he didn't do anything to y'all. Clearly he wasn't a threat, and clearly had his back turned and hands up. Clearly you officers took that opportunity to attack him, and then you guys attacked the fucking media. So all of this only tells me is that the police is actually out here to war with the people. This is their plan. You know, I was at the protest downtown Buffalo. I was down there recording, getting some footage, and just seeing the energy that was down there. And just showing some support, because it's my people that we're talking about here. Let's not forget. My brothers and sisters, my mothers and fathers. But what bothered me is that during the protest, all the streets were blocked off. The police wouldn't let no cars through. They let a little dirt bike through, but that was it. That was it. They didn't let no other cars through. And all of a sudden, this one black car with a tall white lady that had all black on with a security earpiece in her ear ran down the crowd, rolled through the police barricade without no problem. Police moved right out the way. She put up to the crowd. She beeped the horn. They yelled at her, and she gunned it. And when she couldn't run through the whole crowd because people started snatching her out the car and beating her ass. And then the police decided to rush the crowd, throw tear gas and shoot rubber bullets at them, but did not, under no circumstances, stop this woman from going through the barricade, and possibly planted this woman just so they can do that to the people. Just like they plant bricks and other arsenals in the streets so that people can use them as weapons because they know they're angry, so that the police can have a reason to gun down or hurt or maim anybody they feel is in their path. People always ask, what can we do to fix these problems? The first thing we can do is stop being treated like dogs. We are the innovators. We are the creators of a lot of things. We're not saying white people don't create nothing. We're not saying that at all. But we're saying is the engineering foundation of creation itself lies in our culture. Every trend around the world mimics our trend, whether you want to admit it or not. So all I'm saying is, if you are understanding of the value of our music, the value of our art, the value of our sexuality, the value of our strength, the value of our business, the value of our love, if you understand that, then why is it so hard for you to understand us? This has just been a thought from the man who only has a plan. And I hope everybody can follow. Anybody that wants to do anything, any community project, anything, contact me. Because for one, a real leader asks what you want, what the people want. The real leader asks what the people want. The real leader don't decide and choose what the people want. Don't let me get into politics. Any understanding of voting for me will be a change for everything, because I do not play. And I would like to be with like-minded people who do not play neither, and who wants this world to be positive, who wants to sit and be peaceful and live their life without having to worry about destruction, because that's what we do. Even average white people that live in that black neighborhoods, they don't want no problems. They don't want no fighting. They don't want to argue and be racist. They want to live their life and mind their goddamn business. But we got others who seem to have other agendas. So with that being said, we must enlighten ourselves, and we must unite in a way that will be a historic moment that has never occurred. We have to unite in a way that will put all governments on notice. And I'm telling y'all, we can actually do this without harming us all. See, they understand your violence, but do they understand the paperwork? It's a little talk from the man King. I hope you guys understood what I was saying, and I really hope you guys like and subscribe, because I'm gonna be here, and we all gonna stand together, and we're gonna change what's happening right now. Because these pictures behind me, these pictures on your screen, should never happen. Y'all have a blessed day, and make sure that y'all kiss y'all mamas and y'all fathers and y'all children, and make sure y'all understand each other and love each other, because this is not over. It seems like it's just now beginning, and we ain't seen nothing yet.